Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review from the Toronto Film Festival. Today, we are bringing you possibly the most original film of the film festival that I saw, this year's Toronto Film Festival, and this one is called Saloum, directed by Luc Herbulot, starring Roger Sallah, Mentor Ba, and Yann Gael. And this is the quick synopsis for this film. 3 African mercenaries extracting a druglord are faced to deal with hidden, mystical creatures from the region of Saloum, Senegal. Now, this film here, Luc Herbulot, he directed a series on Netflix that I really liked a lot. It was a cop series that had supernatural elements in it. And it worked well because it was very, what's a good word for that? Kinetic energy around it. It was so much going on, but it felt so rapidly paced that it kept your interest throughout the whole film. And at that point, throughout the whole series on Netflix. And I can't remember the name of it. And the moment I do, I will bring it up or try to put it in the description so you all know what series I'm talking about on Netflix. But here, he does the same thing as Saloum with this film. This film is fast-paced, has so many different genres in it. It is a horror, spaghetti western. It's so much stuff going on in this film. And amazingly, the film, because it stays true to what it is, it never gets you too confused on what you're watching. As we are introduced at first to the 3 missionaries who come across as heroes. And the leader of them is named Shaka. That's the one who's played by Young Gael. He is the leader of them, named Shaka. And as we see these 3 come up, and they are carrying with them South African, possibly, gentlemen, it seems like. And they are going to this island just supposedly to refuel before going on their way to finish their mission, not knowing the whole time that is actually a secret mission for the reason that they're on this island. When they get to this island, that's when everything goes bonkers. As we're introduced to, I think that's Bruno Henry. I think that was Bruno Henry. He's another actor in this film. I think that was his character, is the welcoming member of the island. I'm going to call him here. And as he introduces them to the island and things, and then we realize that him and Shaka have a past. It is not explained what that past is until a very pivotal moment in the second act. But as it's building up and you get to know these characters, it's a really solid build up. It kind of reminded me, and it's going to sound a little bad, but it's not bad. It kind of reminded me of an episode at the beginning of Supernatural before everything crazy happens, as you get to introduce the characters that they're bringing to you in this episode. It's just that in this movie, you get to see these characters that they're bringing on to you. You get the typical rapper character. You get a deaf-mute girl character. We get a police officer. And then with these 3 mercenaries, as they are all forced to work together on this small island for the betterment of the island, until we realize exactly why they had to do that and the main purpose of the island. And I can't say too much without giving away that very crucial element of this film that makes this a really good film. Some will call this a horror movie. It is not a horror movie in any aspect to me. It is a thriller. This is a spaghetti western supernatural thriller. That's the best way I can describe this film here. The performances are top-notch. Luc Herbulot, who is the director of this film, it is something about the way he manages to get these extremely realistic, energetic performances out of the actors that is amazing to me. Like, just the same energy he had on the show that he did for Netflix, he has here in this film. And it works because, again, a show is long form. It can stretch out a long period of time. This is about an hour and 30-minute film. And it's straightforward and it gut punches you with everything. Yes, at times the special effects are not what a lot of American audiences will come to expect. But for a film that is a lower budget, it really works here, and you really enjoy everything that's happening. You even get lost in the silliness at times of the big reveal with the supernatural element that's introduced in this film. You go along with it because it makes sense, and that's another key part of it. It it's a monster film at times, supernatural film at times that always feels realistic to the characters, and the characters seem to be having fun. Even on the sillier moments of the plot, the characters are having fun. Even as we introduce to the main character, Shaka, whose story unto itself could have been a separate movie for everything that character goes through and progresses through being a child soldier and now becoming this man who is always wearing gloves, and you're wondering why is he always wearing gloves and a special gun that he always keeps by him. Like, all this stuff is highly important to the plot, and Yann Gael tends to be having so much fun with this character. And that's something you needed in this film, because again, with so many different elements interjected into this film, you have to have people who are having fun while doing it, and also understanding at times that you need to live in the moment. It is a very crucial scene at the end of the second act of this movie that can hit you really hard. It is a difficult scene with an amazing monologue given that I felt was like possibly the top notch of this film. When we get that and we get that huge reveal, it puts everything in a focus. Because again, at the beginning, it feels like, okay, I don't necessarily know what I'm seeing, but I am liking it. I'm liking the interaction between the characters. I just don't know what the heck is going on here. When you get to that moment in the second act and it becomes clear what's going on here, the movie takes off. And then that's when you get this just amazing supernatural spaghetti western thrilling movie that really, really works. So, Saloum, brought to you by the Toronto Film Festival. I think it also has its U.S. debut coming up soon. It may be at another film festival that its U.S. debut is coming up soon. Not 100% sure yet on distribution for this film. But again, we will let you know when we get more information on that. But out of a possible 10, I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. This movie is fun. This is what you come to love from these type of film festivals, is a film that understands that it could come across as being silly and the actors embrace it, but it also has moments that feel so real and so grounded that you actually love every element of the film. Again, it says a lot when a film and a director, especially a director, has the vision of understanding what my movie is, and this is what I'm going to give you. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to give you this because it's going to be true to my vision of what this film is. And this film at all times feels true to itself, even down to a very silly ending of this film. But again, it still feels real unto the character. It feels real into the movie. And it was just like, okay, I can get your ending that way. It's one of those type of films. Is this something that, even though it's a foreign film, and I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like foreign films, this is one that I think you can sit down and really, really enjoy the action elements, the supernatural beats of this, even the dramatic moments at times of this. I think you can really, really enjoy it and just watch someone who is great at making film and great at directing actors and having a cast of actors that are amazing. This is something you got to see. So, this has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.